5 senior managers will work their final home game today. These dedicated Buckeyes work tirelessly, making practices and behind-the-scenes operations of the program run without a hitch. First, please welcome Student Equipment Manager Zach Kaler. Zach is joined by his parents, Jamie Sacksteder and Brian Kaler. Zach has been with the Buckeyes the last 3 years, and he will graduate in the fall of 2018 with a degree in sport industry and a minor in business. He will be working with the Columbus Clippers this summer as a clubhouse assistant and will continue to help the Buckeyes through the fall. Next up is Derek Artis. Derek is joined by his parents, Kanya and Wheeler Burley. Derek will graduate in the fall of 2018 with a degree in sport industry after spending 4 years as a manager with the men's basketball program. He plans to pursue a master's degree in athletics administration upon completing his undergraduate degree. Next is Logan Brower. Logan is joined by his mother, Tracy Strong. Logan will graduate this spring with a degree in education. He has been a manager with the Buckeyes the last 4 years, and he will begin graduate school this fall at Walsh University in the Doctorate of Physical Therapy program. Next up is Tyler Krupp. Tyler is the son of Bob Krupp and the late Becky Krupp, and he is joined on the court with his father, Bob, today. A chemical engineering major with a minor in business, Tyler is graduating this spring after spending the last 4 years as a manager. Following graduation, Tyler will begin working as a refining engineer for the Marathon Petroleum Company at its refinery in Houston, Texas. And finally is Greg Oman. Greg is joined by his parents, Janine and Jeff Oman. Greg will graduate in the fall of 2018 with a degree in sport industry. He's been a manager the last 3 years with the Buckeyes. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Ohio State Senior Managers. Now it's time to recognize 4 Buckeyes who have dedicated themselves to Ohio State and the men's basketball program over their playing and academic careers. First up is Andrew Dockage. Andrew is joined by his parents Dan Dockage and Jackie White, as well as his sister Laura Dockage. With an undergraduate degree from the state of North, Andrew is working on a master's degree in coaching during his 1 year of eligibility with the Buckeyes. Andrew plans to pursue a career in coaching after his playing days are completed. Next up is Kata Bates-Diaz. Kata is accompanied by his parents Richard and Wilma Bates, along with his brother Kai and his sister Maddie Beal. Kata graduated in December with a degree in economics and is currently working on a minor in psychology. Already one of the leading scorers in Ohio State history with more than 1,100 points scored, Kata has 1 year of eligibility remaining with the Buckeyes. Next up is Cam Williams. Cam takes the court with his parents Kevin Williams and Lori Green. Cam will go down in the Ohio State record books as one of the all-time best three-point shooters with more than 160 made threes, which ranks among the top 10 in Ohio State history. Cam is on pace to graduate in May with a degree in sociology. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, is Jay Sean Tate. Jay Sean will be joined on the court by his parents Jermaine and Janice Tate, along with his sisters Jada and Jocelyn, and brothers Jalen and Damian. Jay Sean graduated in December with a degree in sport industry, and he is currently working on a master's degree in coaching. Jay Sean will complete his Ohio State career among the top 25 scorers and top 10 rebounders in Ohio State history. Jay Sean plans to pursue a career in high school athletics administration once his playing days are over. Ladies and gentlemen, please join the Ohio State Department of Athletics and its men's basketball program in a round of applause for these outstanding Buckeyes.
Buckeye veterans who still play with the possibility of winning a championship. But tonight, it's taking care of business for one final time at home. Down the Big Ten stretch we come. Tuesday night basketball presented by Rocket Mortgage Quicken Loans. Rutgers would love to be senior night spoilers against an Ohio State team that still has some title business to play for. Thanks for joining us in the first of two here on BTN with the Purdue great Robbie Hummel. I'm Lisa Byington. Ohio State atop the Big Ten standings once has dropped its last two.
It certainly has. It was a tough week for this Ohio State basketball program. You go on the road to two teams in the upper half of the Big Ten Conference. First off, though, they got to slow down some point guards. We saw Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman and Tony Carr combined for 47 points last week. Could be an issue. You have Corey Sanders, a guy that can really score the ball, coming into Value City Arena tonight. No Geo Baker. He's sick. Did not make the trip. But Ohio State going to have to play well against a very scrappy Rutgers team if they want to win tonight.
Yeah, Baker, as you mentioned, battling the flu. And so that means Shaq Dorson will get his first career start. And Ohio State starting all four seniors and graduates on it tonight. That means Andrew Dockage getting his first career start anywhere at Michigan or at Ohio State. Cam Williams also back in the lineup. So C.J. Jackson and Andre Wilson will be coming off the bench here tonight for the Buckeyes. Wesson jumping up against Dorson. The tip goes to Rutgers in their road reds and Ohio State in the home whites. Williams and Omaruni getting the start for Rutgers. A couple of players that have given them not only a psychological boost, but a boost certainly coming off of injuries here on the court. 8 to shoot, out to Dorson, who gets double teamed. And a little 15-footer off the glass for Omaruni.
Nice little possession there, Lisa. Move the basketball, find Eugene Omaruni, who loves to operate in that 15-foot area. So important to Rutgers tonight to get off to a good start. When they've struggled, they've really gotten blitzed out the gates. Really good to see them get off with a made field goal.
I don't know if you call bank on that, but it could be kind of his night. He's getting his third straight start. And he got a foul there on Dorson. That is his first. Shaq Dorson getting the start here for Rutgers and facing a Chris Holtmann team in his first season at Ohio State. A quick turnaround from that Sunday game against Michigan. Had to take it easy with his guys. Watched a lot of film on Monday. And took it easy here again on game day.
When you have these quick turnarounds, so important to make it a rest and recovery day with your strength conditioning coach, also with your athletic trainers, but also to be really locked into film. Chris Holtmann told us they had 3 separate film sessions, personnel, offense, defense, well, actually 4, because they also rewatched some of the Michigan game. Really a big mental game, mental aspect when you play these quick turnarounds.
Well, the Scarlet Knights you see there, their strength. If they haven't chance here to upset the Buckeyes here at home. They're going to have to get it done defensively. The second meeting between these two teams, the first one coming on January 15th, a 68-46 victory for the Buckeyes. Sanders with the pull-up, too strong. Second chance opportunity. And that is one of the values here for Mike Williams being back in this lineup for Rutgers.
Very good rebounding guard. We're going to see them really crash the glass, but going to be important for them to convert. And right there, you get 3 cracks at it. Rutgers unable to make any of those field goals.
Empty-handed on all 3. It's still leading here 2-1, and a blocking foul call. Omaruri's first. Steve Peichel coming off a loss to Maryland. He's 1-1 really in the last couple of games. A big overtime win against Northwestern, but they're 0-8 here on the road, looking to pick up win number 1 away from home. Keita Bates-Diop can't hit his first attempt.
It's going to be a really interesting matchup to watch. You got Issa Cham, who's 6'11", really long, going against Keita Bates-Diop. We've seen teams throw guys that can really get into Keita Bates-Diop, make him uncomfortable, crowd him. Let's see if Cham can do just that.
Cham's at 6'10" against Keita Bates-Diop, who's at 6'7" in the first bucket for Williams.
Really a very good start for Steve Peichel's team. Have to be encouraged. You've got some stops for the defensive end and see the ball go through the hoop. Been an issue at Maryland, down 10-0 to start the game.
Backdoor look to the graduate transfer, getting his first career start. We didn't know how long we would see Andrew Dakich to start this game, but he gets the first field goal here for Ohio State. Another late shot clock opportunity here for Rutgers. Sanders trying to go to work. Out to Cham with 2 on the shot clock. He's got to let it fly. Issa Cham now 0 for 2 here to start. The triple try will fall for the other senior, Cam Williams, for his first bucket.
How good does that feel for Cam Williams? Had not made a 3-point field goal since coming back from a suspension. Right there, looked confident. Rose up with the defender there, knocks that 3 down.
Missed 3 games because of that suspension. Illinois, Purdue, Iowa. Here's Williams again. He's going to spot up, call his own number. Yes, sir.
And Williams, not settling for the fast break layup. Going to take the 3. I love it. Showing some confidence there in your jumper.
Would have been 8-0 run in the last minute of play.
Now you feel like this Ohio State team trying to dial it up on the defensive end, getting deflections, being active. Look where Rutgers is operating. So far out, another deflection.
They don't stay here. It was tipped. Cam Williams making the most of his start.
Well, Cam Williams, welcome to senior night. They're not going to have a hand up. Knock that bad boy down, then you get a steal. Good thing's going to happen. Why take 2 when you can get 3? Cam Williams coming out of the gates, shooting with some confidence.
Guys have jumped out to a 9-4 lead after our first time out with the Purdue All-American Robbie Hummel. I'm Lisa Byington. Well, 8 of the first 9 points for Ohio State from seniors.
Yeah, pretty good look here to start your senior night. We had Cam Williams with 2 threes, Andrew Dakich on a nice back cut. Have to be happy for Chris Holtman seeing these guys produce in their first starts of the season. Normally guys that come off the bench.
And, you know, senior night can go one of 2 ways. You can get caught up in the emotion, or you can be driven by the emotion.
No, we see teams all the time come out flat because it can be an emotional night. You're playing your last home game over a 4-year career in this building. So far, so good. See if the Buckeyes can keep that up.
Chris Holtman has kept his starters in after that first time out. When I mentioned we didn't know how long we would see Andrew Dakich, you know, he's obviously not a starter typically, so we wondered how long that he would stay in this rotation to start. Cam Williams, he's climbing the charts for most 3-point makes in Buckeye history.
You look at that list. There's some guys there that can shoot that ball. John Diebler, one of the best to do it in the Big Ten Conference. Jamar Butler, a guy that can score in bunches. William Buford as well. Really impressive to see Cam amongst that list.
Oh, nice job for Caleb Wesson to stay with it. He's one of the younger players that you've been impressed with this year.
No, have to be. His skill set, he can go over either shoulder. Nice jump hook. Really got a lot of ability. He's a guy this summer, the weight room is going to be huge for him. Have to be in there all the time, have to eat right. You get your body right, you can be a guy that really is a force in the Big Ten Conference.
Well, he went down early in that Penn State game and with an ankle injury. Good to see that he's not really affected by that. That was a disastrous start for Ohio State in that game. A much better start here today. They go back to Wesson. He gets tied up, and here's Williams on the push. Williams was looking for Chom, and they toss it away.
And if you're Rutgers, those are fast break opportunities that you have to take advantage of. You're not a great half-court offensive team, so when you can get out and run, you've got a 3-on-2 fast break right there. Have to convert. Frustrating turnover there from Mike Williams.
Yeah, remember, Steve Peichel is without his playmaker, freshman Geo Baker, who is missing tonight. Didn't make the trip, flu-like symptoms. We're told he had even over 103-degree temp here today. He's their second leading assist man, third in points total. Sanders will get it done.
There you go. Transition baskets right now for Rutgers. Back-to-back opportunities. Nice pass by Chom on the look-ahead up to Corey Sanders.
And the Rutgers needed that. They had missed their last 4 attempts. Not to mention a couple of turnovers. They like this matchup. Caleb Wesson getting another touch.
Love that he didn't force it there. Pass it out. Repost. Keep running your offense.
Dawkins with the kick out to Williams. Pump fake. That's a 2-try. Ooh, he's feeling it.
Sam Williams is playing with confidence right now. And you have to love the fact that he's come out here and made an impact early in this game. But really, we saw him come back from his absence, and he hadn't been that guy. So tonight, really assertive.
Last time lacing it up here at Value City Arena. Of the 4 honored today, he is the longest tenured. A 5th-year senior on this squad. Ohio State only missed a couple of buckets. 5 of 7 to shoot. Tate throws it away. Here's Chom. Triple try, missing everything for Chom, but again, Rutgers is so good on the O-boards. This officiating staff, Terry Oglesby, Mike Eads, Lewis Garrison will chat about it. They're going to take a look at the shot clock right now, sitting at 29 seconds.
And number 13, Matt Bowman. And for Ohio State, number 0, Michael Bach.
But we've already seen one of the strengths, already seen the capability of Rutgers kind of generating second chance opportunities.
Yeah, they do such a good job crashing the glass. They have such big bodies at all positions. You've got Chom playing the 2. He's 6'11". Deshaun Freeman, a very good rebounder. And then Ducor and Shaq Dorson. Take another look there. It's like that ball missed the rim. I don't think they should have.
Well, they bumped it from 29 to 22
yeah, so.
after the official review, but it's a free timeout here for both of these teams. This Rutgers squad coming in at 13-16 overall record, and Steve Peichel, a really tough conference schedule that is coming to a close. This is one of 5 home and homes that they've had to play. Ohio State, Michigan State, Purdue, and Nebraska. So there you go, Rutgers. You get 4 of the top 4 teams here in conference play to play them twice. Well, they went down from 29 to 22. Now they bumped the shot clock back up to 29.
Hit the rim. I must be blind. I didn't think it did.
Sean Freeman is checked in for the first time for Rutgers. Gambino Sa is in trouble. Gets it to Freeman. And it is off Freeman last. Deshaun Freeman having a rough go of it as of late.
We saw it, did not get to play against Northwestern. Did come back in their loss at Maryland. Had 7 points and 10 rebounds. But before he didn't play at Northwestern, had not shot the basketball well. 32% in the last 2 games prior. Just kind of been through some struggles this season. Has not shot the ball as he's been capable of.
Yeah, he was benched for disciplinary reasons in that Northwestern game, but had double-digit rebounds. How about that off the bench? It's Micah Potter. Micah Potter, who's playing time, he did not even play on Sunday against Michigan. One of the first off the bench, and Potter going for the block from behind.
Right now, Ohio State's offense operating at a high level. We see Keita Bates-Diop slipping out of the ball screen. Rutgers paying so much attention to him. Great pass by Bates-Diop, finding Micah Potter, cutting right to that rim. Have to like what you see if you're Chris Holtmann so far. It's been a very sharp start to this game for the Buckeyes.
It had been Kyle Young who got really Micah Potter's minutes on that Sunday game against Michigan. He played a career-high 22 minutes, and Potter didn't play at all as the backup 5.
Kyle Young, a guy that Chris Holtmann said he's just been able to play really well and get better through practice, which during the season is hard to do because you're really not practicing a ton, especially as you come down the stretch of Big Ten play. You're playing mostly games, as Ohio State did yesterday. You're watching a lot of film, doing a lot of rest and recovery.
C.J. Jackson officially coming off the bench here in this game for senior day. Thought about it. He gets it out to Bates-Diop. And Keita Bates-Diop still scoreless here to start. Chris Holtmann has talked about how teams have defended Keita Bates-Diop. That's one way to get him involved. Give the assist to Dockich.
Great job by Andrew Dockich, driving the lane right there, finding Bates-Diop at the rim. Rutgers coming over on the drive. Get your superstar going. Get him an easy basket. See if they can get him going on the perimeter.
Penn State, Michigan have tested him. They've been physical with the second-best scorer in the Big Ten. Now this is the largest lead here for Ohio State. Sanders with his step-back move. Can't get it to fall, and he is 1 of 3 here to start. Sanders again will go coast to coast, so all 2 of his buckets have been on the transition.
Keita Bates-Diop there just a little out of control. Trying to make an impact here. Rutgers doing a nice job swarming it. That's what we've seen the last few games. Just throwing multiple bodies, multiple sets of eyes on a guy that's played at a first-team all-league level all season.
Yeah, he's really had 6 eyes on him at all times. Meaning 3 players kind of always knowing where Keita Bates-Diop is.
Andrew Dockich getting things going here for Keita Bates-Diop. Throw it up there. Let him get something going early on in this game.
Basketball on BTN is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. And brought to you by State Farm. Here to help life go right. Senior night, graduate night. All 4 of them. Jayshawn Tate, who's the only 4-year senior in this class. It's an eclectic group, and I take that word from Chris Holtmann, because he has talked about you have a 5th-year senior, you have a 4-year senior, you have a redshirt junior, and you have a graduate transfer in this class. And really, the main scorers when you talk about Tate and Bates-Diop, right now a slow start, and it's been the supporting cast tonight that has gotten it done for Ohio State.
And those are guys that really struggled at Michigan. You look at the trio of C.J. Jackson, Caleb Weston, and Cam Williams, just 15 points at Michigan. They averaged 31 on the year. Tonight, Tate just 2 points, or sorry, excuse me, Bates-Diop 2 points, Tate none. But you look at Ohio State, 17 points. They've spread the wealth to some of those guys that aren't necessarily their main guys.
Yeah, again, 8 of the 17, 2 coming from Cam Williams. A couple of 3-point makes already in this game. 2 to shoot. Jackson's got to put it up. He's in trouble. Saw was all over it. Not really the possession you want coming out of a timeout.
No, that's certainly not what Coach Holtmann drew up. But talk about Cam Williams. This guy came out on senior night. Lisa, you talked about it. It can be a mix of emotions, but for Cam, he's looked incredibly aggressive, incredibly confident in his jump shot. That's a great sign for Buckeye fans. If he can make shots, it's just going to clear driving lanes for guys like Jayshawn Tate and Keita Bates-Diop.
In that second 3-point make that he made, you better make that.
Oh, you better go in. If you're going to shoot it, you better make it.
There weren't even a whole lot of rebounders there for him, but he did. He drained it. Step-through move from Ensah, all kinds of trouble. Kicked it, Ohio State basketball. Well, as strong as Rutgers is on the offensive boards and on defense, we know the struggles that they have had offensively, averaging 65 points per game overall. It's even less than that in conference play, 58 points per game.
Shooting has been a little bit of an issue for this team. Really a fascinating story. I mean, defensively, they do such a good job. The top half of the Big Ten in almost all defensive categories. Offensively, they've had issues where they just can't score.
Spin move for Wesson with a finish with the right hand.
Well, you love it. He is so good at spinning to the baseline, using his leverage, spinning quickly off the defender there. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a guy that Buckeye fans really come to enjoy over his 4 years here in Columbus.
And I mean, he's been tested against some of these Big Ten bigs. On Sunday, he had to go toe-to-toe with Mo Wagner. Chong, pump fake, and the soft touch falls.
That's a smart play there by Issa Chong. Cam Williams going to overplay you, take that thing right to the rim.
But
Does that, nice pump fake, stays with it, gets the easy two.
With Caleb Wesson, on one night you're defending Isaac Haas, the next night you're defending Mo Wagner.
No, Nick Ward, I mean, you look at the Big Ten Conference and playing center this season, especially as a freshman, not going to be easy.
Corner try for Jackson, who misses everything.
He hasn't been himself offensively. His last 2 losses, 7.5 points a game, hasn't shot the ball well. He's been such a revelation with this Buckeye offense. Just hasn't been able to get it going.
Triple try for Matt Bullock. Ohio State has hit the 2 3-point makes. Rutgers still 0 for 5 from distance. As Tate looking for his first 2, and that's what he can do, man. He can go right at you. Physicality.
Yeah, he plays with such a high motor. You have to think, as an opposing coach, you know he's left-handed. You got to be telling your guys, if he goes left, come sit next to me. He just gets there all the time. Really an impressive player, though. He has gotten a lot better in his time here and has really made strides.
A 10-point edge here for Ohio State. Jayshawn Tate on the board for the Buckeyes. 10-point edge matches the largest lead of the game here for Ohio State. Want to remind you that tomorrow Super Wednesday returns with a doubleheader of action. 17th ranked Wolverines match up with a dangerous Penn State team. And Iowa and Minnesota square off in the nightcap. Big Ten Super Wednesday is presented by U.S. Cellular. Ohio State, this is the first of 2 in a doubleheader you'll catch tonight on BTN. Of course, Nebraska playing tonight after this one. Nebraska and Michigan trying to really battle for that last 4 spots in the Big Ten. With that double bye for the Big Ten tournament coming up. Here's Tate. He goes back-to-back.
Ohio State converting on the second chance opportunity. They've been extremely locked in. We have seen a very focused Ohio State effort on both ends of the floor.
One of the more efficient shooters in the conference. Jayshawn Tate standing at 6'4", one of the more efficient shooters at that height or shorter in the country. Second chance points, Rutgers hasn't gotten any of them. They haven't been able to convert on their first chance opportunities either. 5 of 18 shooting start for Rutgers. Under 7 to play in this first half. They're going to challenge Tate and leave him open for that 3. Caleb Wesson taking the contact, body bucket in 1.
How about the big fella showing off the head fake, getting to the rim, and the tough finish with the opportunity for a 3-point play. Rutgers a pretty good shot blocking team, so a good job there by Caleb Wesson shielding that basketball. Really a nice finish for the freshman.
Already 7 points. This is the one shot. Big name coming out of Ohio.
You have to love the fact that not only can you get your buckets on the block, but a guy that can really make a 15-footer. If he gives you that head fake, you believe he's going to take it. Nice little drive right to the rim.
And he drew the second foul on Dorson. Feet Chong on the block, who turns and faces is short. Only one opportunity there for Rutgers. Ohio State on a 6-0 run. Here's Williams, who's had the hot hand early. He keeps it going. A little senior salute for Cam Williams.
confident right now. Transition offense, better locate him, a guy that can knock him down in a hurry. Rutgers just falls asleep. See Cam just trail right into that play. As a shooter, probably the easiest shot you're going to get. Your momentum's taking you to the rim. And when you've made a couple, that's money for Cam right there.
He's in the zone.
Yes, he is.
Already 6 minutes to play here in this first half. Cam Williams on his senior day, shooting 43% from back there. He's only missed one of them already. The first one to double figures for Ohio State. We mentioned that he had missed 3 games because of that suspension. Always good to see a player kind of earn their way back.
He's a guy they need. Really do a lot of good things for this Ohio State offense. The senior, he's been through it. Good to see him back.
Sanders still a rough go of it. 2 of 7 now shooting. Rockets a little alley-oop. That's an athletic finish by Keita Bates-Diop.
It's a nice alley-oop, but that basketball is moving. Side-to-side action there for Ohio State. Good offense again. Really like what they're doing here on the offensive end of the floor.
4 straight buckets for Ohio State, and that ends a drought for Rutgers. They had missed 5 straight in the end, 1 for Freeman.
You see Bates-Diop right here, set the screen. Rutgers going to switch. Corey Sanders, no match for Bates-Diop's length or size. Throw that thing right to the rim, let him go get it.
So we talked about the physicality and the change in defense that Bates-Diop has faced really most recently. What does Ohio State do? Well, his last 2 buckets have kind of been alley-oop backdoor looks.
And I love the fact we talked to him today after shoot-around. He talked about how he has to be more intelligent about it. I got a small guy, take him inside. They're going to overplay me, cut back door.
Look
Very
out.
cerebral guy.
He had that look in his eye, too, when he was talking to us. He said, I got to outsmart the defenses, and that was one way. Backdoor cuts, backdoor looks. Freeman for 3.
Sean Freeman. Again, you see a bucket go in. He gets to the rim. All of a sudden, that rim looks a little bigger. Start getting some confidence up. Sean Freeman, a talented guy in this league. Hasn't shot the ball well this year, but he's proven himself over 2 years to be a good player.
Williams with the block and the rejection. And that was the 5th 3-point make by Freeman, by the way. And Sanders, another transition bucket. An 8-0 run just like that for Rutgers. And all 3 buckets for Sanders have come on the run. But Caleb Wesson, out of that exchange, is hobbling.
See Wesson come in here.
Well, he stepped on the foot of
Steps on his foot, yeah, rolled his ankle. He's just going to go right back to the locker room.
And again, he was hobbling. He had to leave early in that Penn State game because he twisted his ankle. So with 4:39 left, Wesson leaves. And Micah Potter has checked back in for the Buckeyes.
Really important for Ohio State to just keep running good offense. Can't help Rutgers. They struggled to score in the half court. Let them get their heads up, kind of get back in this game with turnovers. Now we're going to see Rutgers go zone.
Potter can't get it. But that's the kind of game Rutgers would like to keep it in, is in the half-court game, 5-on-5.
And also, you really keep the ball out of the hands on that possession of Keita Bates-Diop. They'll take Micah Potter shooting jump hooks all night.
This is a Rutgers team that's not afraid of going toe-to-toe with some top 25 competition as Chom hits the turnaround.
Well, Chom's a tough matchup. And he's 6'11". Steve Peichel told us, look, he's my best post player. And he's really worked at it. Got a nice hook with both hands. And there takes advantage of his size.
Chom is a Senegal native, and Peichel even said he's not only speaking the English language better, he's speaking my language, my basketball language a little bit better. Bates-Diop tangled up there in the corner. Rutgers just like that on a 10-0 run in the last 126. These Scarlet Knights aren't going away.
Rutgers defense starting to step it up here in the first half at Value City Arena. We're going to see, take a look at Keita Bates-Diop here. Nice little ball screen action. Use this to ISO him on the wing. Look at this. Micah Potter going to pop out. Look at the space between Mamadou Ducour and Micah Potter. And Ducour, not honoring Potter's ability to shoot at all, going to come over and double team Bates-Diop. Really tough for him to operate. At all times, has at least 2 sets of eyes on him, making it tough for a guy that's really played at a player of the year level all season.
Yeah, it's the biggest compliment you can give one of the best players, right? When you have at least not 1, but 2, sometimes 3 players helping out just on one play.
He is getting the star treatment from this Rutgers defense. No easy looks at all tonight.
Air ball for Dockage, who had to put it up with the shot clock winding down. Keita Bates-Diop, though, one of the best mid-range shooters. Coming into tonight, though, in the last couple of games that resulted in losses, 5 of 20 from 2.
Hasn't shot it well, and tonight Rutgers hasn't allowed him to get to his spots. He loves that left wing, that left-hand dribble pull-up. So comfortable with that, and tonight just hasn't been able to get to it.
In an offense, really, where normally Keita Bates-Diop gets a lot of touches. Ohio State with a 6-point edge, points in the paint. Rutgers will get another shot at it. 3 minutes to play. Remember, this is a Rutgers team, no wins on the road, but they've beaten a Seton Hall team that was ranked at the time. Chom again with the soft touch.
Right now, Ohio State guarding Chom with C.J. Jackson. Certainly has the size advantage. If Potter's going to come over, though, you cannot let Chom split through your trap. Have to be solid, have to wall up.
And for a Rutgers team who normally struggles in offense, they've made their last 5. A 12-0 run here for the Scarlet Knights. Jackson with a runner. Sanders chasing that one down.
He is so fast. We talked about earlier, Ohio State got off to the nice start, but a little sloppy here. Kind of a lost focus. Rutgers been able to turn them over, get some things going to the rim.
Well, that's what this Rutgers team can do. They can muddy things up. I mentioned their win against Seton Hall. They played Michigan State tough twice. Nearly beat a Purdue team at home. Here's Ohio State on the transition. Jackson again. Dockage had missed his last attempt. Won't try it there. Here's Jackson for 3. And the foul call on Potter. That is number 2 on Micah Potter. 10 games, 1 home. BTN has exclusive coverage of the first 10 games of the 2018 Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by SoFi, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, beginning next Wednesday, just 8 days from now. It has put all of these 14 Big Ten teams to the test. 18 games in a 9-week window. It is a Big Ten regular season schedule we've never seen before.
No, it really resembles almost an NBA schedule. You see some of these teams. We see Ohio State right here playing on 2 days rest. Rutgers playing on 3. Not an easy night, not an easy thing for these coaches or players to deal with.
We've seen Friday night games. We've seen Monday night games. We've had games on every day of the week. Williams, a little circus shot. Omoruri with the putback.
Right now, Rutgers is just competing harder than Ohio State. They're making plays at the rim. They're a tougher team right now. Getting in the paint, Eugene Omoruyi takes that offensive rebound and goes right through Ohio State's defense.
A Rutgers team that is 3-13 in Big Ten play. Wins against Northwestern, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And that's off the leg of Omoruri. Coming up at the half, State Farm halftime report with Dave Revson and Sean Morris. They will talk the first half here. Perhaps look ahead again, like I said, a big game coming up after this one. Big stakes for Nebraska. Just when you think you figured out the Huskers, they drop one at Illinois.
No, a disappointing loss for Nebraska last Sunday. And they probably needed to have if they wanted to make the NCAA tournament.
Illinois, not the record that they want this year, but a tough team, a much improved team as well. Bates-Diop, the long triple try. Rutgers started 5 of 20. They are 6 of 7 since.
You see Jayshon Tate now guarding Issa Chom. So Chris Holtman has gotten a bigger defender on Chom, who's really made a living in the post thus far tonight.
Yeah, it's Chom who's been the trouble lately, not Sanders. He will take the 2 attempt, floating away. The little step back.
Let them get their heads up. And Rutgers a dangerous team. Michigan State can tell you, Purdue can tell you. There's a lot of teams in this conference that can tell you, you let these guys hang around, they can be a problem. They can really guard, they can really rebound. They start making some shots. They're a pretty good team.
Meanwhile, Ohio State, no points in the last 2 minutes of play. Sanders trying to be a pest. He picks up his first. Corey Sanders hitting the last bucket. You see what his team has been able to do. Missed one shot after starting 5 of 20 in this game. Steve Pikiell has said we needed to get off to a good start. That necessarily did not happen, but they've been able to keep Ohio State in the half court, which was one of their other goals. Bates Diop. Now 2 of 6 shooting in this half, with just 4 points for Keita Bates Diop. An impressive end to this first half for Rutgers. The last 5.5, they finished at a 16-2 run. After this quick timeout, we'll send it to Chicago. Dave and Sean will take it away. Super Wednesday basketball on BTN is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. Halftime here between Rutgers and Ohio State. It's the Buckeyes with a 32-27 edge with the Purdue All-American Robbie Hummel. I'm Lisa Byington. At one point, though, Ohio State had a 19-point edge, and they got off to a really, really hot start.
Yeah, they did. And Cam Williams was a huge part of that start. Came off, or actually did not come off the bench. Started the game on senior night. He is playing with so much confidence. Have to be impressed. Like Lisa said, if you're going to take that, you better make it. But hey, gets to go down and then to trail 3. Nice first half for Cam Williams. But then we saw a shift, and Rutgers did a great job of staying with it. Issa Chum has been a problem on the block, and Steve Pikiell told us he has been their best post player. Nice job there splitting the trap. Micah Potter has to do a better job. Can't let him slip through that crack. Corey Sanders doing what Corey Sanders does, making tough shots. Loves that step-back jumper. Really important, though, right now for Rutgers to come out and get another good start. At Maryland, they got blitzed again in the second half with another 10-0 run, just like they started the game. Have to get some stops, have to make some shots early here.
Yeah, when Steve Pikiell is talking about getting off to a good start, it's not just the beginning of the game. It's the first 5 minutes here of this second half. Pump fake for Williams, got it stripped away from Omaruri.
Rudy just took the ball from Cam Williams. Cam should have shot that initially. That was a great screen by Caleb Wesson. Chose to take it in amongst the trees there and lose the rock.
Well, he showed you Cam Williams' first half. He has all 3 of Ohio State's threes. There's the block from Tate. And Tate and Bates Diop combined a really quiet first half for the 2. You're talking about the first and second top scorers for Ohio State.
I have to think Chris Holtman going to draw some things up to get those guys going. Bates Diop has gotten some good looks, just hasn't knocked them down. Kind of been the story of his last 2 or 3 games. Jayshawn Tate also a very quiet not afternoon. It's evening. Quiet evening.
The day has flown by. The first of 2 games you'll see here on BTN. Again, we have Indiana and Nebraska coming up after this one. At senior day, Ohio State honoring 4 seniors and graduates. Caleb Wesson, a little cleanup job from the big fella.
Caleb Wesson just manhandled Mamadou Ducour right there on the offensive glass. Such a strong play. Look at that. Probably a foul on the initial rebound. Not called. Works out nicely for the Buckeyes. Wesson goes right through that contact, has an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And Mamadou Ducour, who struggled in staying on the court because of foul trouble. That's only his first. He's had 6 straight games, double-digit minutes coming off the bench. Here tonight, here's Sanders. 4 of 9 shooting in the first half, 8 points to lead Rutgers. Trying to give Chom all kinds of trouble. Another deep shot clock situation for Rutgers. Omaruri's in trouble. Looking to turn on Bates Diop. He gets double teamed. The closeout. Omaruri's got to throw it up. They leave Jackson all alone. Who starts the second half for Ohio State?
Rutgers falls asleep. C.J. Jackson wide open, no one in the vicinity. Steve Michael wants to talk that one over. He's going to take a timeout.
Look at our auto owners game leaders. Sanders and Freeman combining for about half of Rutgers' points. And for Ohio State, it's Williams and Wesson leading the way. Yeah,
really not the usual suspects that we've come to expect from Ohio State. Both Jayshawn Tate and Keita Bates-Diop have been quiet.
Your usual suspects. Suspect number 1, Jayshawn Tate, your second leading scorer. Suspect number 2, Bates-Diop. They combined for 8 points, and they averaged this year just over 32. Rutgers with 0 field goals here to start. Sanders, a wild shot. Wesson gets a touch, the kick out again to Bates-Diop.
Cato wasn't ready to shoot that. I think he thought Caleb Wesson was going to go take it himself. Not in a position to get that one up, but really he had some space.
Oh, he got a foul. I think they got Jayshawn Tate. That's number 1 on number 1. You know, you're right. Keita Bates-Diop, we look at the Tate take. It's unusual to see. Is he outside? Stationary?
Close. I think he was outside. Got that left foot outside the semicircle.
But it's unusual to see Keita to defer.
And it's hard also to be assertive. And I think his mentality sometimes is to not be the dominant player, but when you've missed a couple shots, to continue to be that guy. You see, like, dominant scores here. Kobe Bryant, it's not an issue. That dude is going to shoot regardless. But when you're a Keita Bates-Diop, you're a little more laid back, maybe don't have that mentality. He needs to keep playing and playing aggressively. He's so important to this Ohio State offense. But he has to do it even when he's not scoring at an efficient level.
You see Rutgers still without a bucket here to start this half. Ohio State, meanwhile, on an 8-0 run. They pushed it up to 40-27, and a much-needed bucket there.
Well, a much-needed bucket, but C.J. Jackson really gift wraps that for Corey Sanders. You're going to gamble. You cannot take yourself out of the play. And that's exactly what C.J. Jackson did. Sanders able to then get the wide-open 15-foot pull-up.
Sanders is the first in double figures here on the Rutgers side. Take from the wing. And they keep looking inside to Wesson. And he's going to get fouled for the call for the offensive foul. Dufour went flying. But I don't know. Dufour might have gotten tangled up on his own feet.
Yeah, not sure there. We're going to see Caleb Wesson posting strong. Yeah, that's not an offensive foul. He's kind of tripped over Caleb Wesson's feet. A tough break for Ohio State.
Williams to Freeman. Hit a big 3 in the first half for Rutgers. This time the turnaround. Bates-Diop got a piece.
Bates-Diop really bothering Sean Freeman with his leg. Really making him uncomfortable on that block.
That's how he won't defer, but too strong. Into the hands of Keita Bates-Diop, who will take it.
But Lisa, I love the take. You know, you miss the jumper, you go right back. He's so good driving the ball with his left hand. It's a good shot for him and for this Ohio State offense. Doesn't make it, but those are going to fall.
An 11-point edge. Freeman, probably not the shot that Rutgers wants.
No. I mean, there's 16 on the shot clock. You can get that at any time.
Timeout call by Ohio State with a 40-29 edge in Columbus.
Inbounds Turner, left side of the backcourt. Turner across the timeline, throws it from high on the right. He makes it! He hit it, Evan Turner! You gotta be kidding, as Evan Turner hits a shot that everybody dreams of.
Oh, Robbie Hummel, how about Evan Turner?
It's a big-time shot.
Big Ten Tournament Championship. That was the last one for Ohio State in 2013, but a battle for the top 3 seeds. We know that these teams are set in the top 3. We just don't know the order yet.
Watching that moment brings back memories of watching that. Kind of wondering, are they going to pick him up anytime soon here? Are they going to guard the player of the year in the conference?
But you were watching that moment from where?
St. Vincent's Hospital. I just had my first ACL surgery. Didn't matter anyway. We lost to Minnesota by like 100, so we didn't make it to the championship. I just wanted Ohio State to lose because I wanted the easier path to win.
Oh, what an acrobatic shocking finish from C.J. Jackson. Jackson and the Buckeyes, as we showed you, in a race with Purdue and Michigan State. Not mathematically eliminated yet from a championship. Michigan State, by the way, going toe-to-toe with Illinois, getting all they can handle from the Fighting Illini. Michigan State only up by 6 right now.
Rutgers needs a basket here in the worst way. Haven't scored in almost 2 minutes. Really been a lot of dribbling on that perimeter. Not much or really anything going to the rim.
Datica into the game for the first time for Rutgers. Williams, a little heave-ho. Didn't have a choice. Kind of an interesting lineup here for Rutgers. You have Jake Datica, who's a walk-on. Got some time in the last game for Steve Peichel in the Maryland game, as Sanders sat for quite a bit.
They are already thin at guard regardless, but you leave Geo Baker at home because he's got the flu and just don't have many options at the guard position outside of Mike Williams, Corey Sanders. Not a lot of guys that can really score the ball from the backcourt outside of those two. And Geo Baker's a guy that not only does he create for himself, but he creates for others. He can get other guys baskets. Get some of those big guys easy dump downs, easy buckets. And tonight they just really, especially in the second half, haven't been able to do that.
You're talking about the third leading scorer in this, about 11 points per game. About 3 assists per game. That's second on the team. And he's your best three-point shooter, by the way. Plus, you get 33 minutes out of him.
Yeah. And to overcome his loss, it's really going to be difficult for Rutgers tonight.
Those minutes per game, Geo Baker has made a huge impact, even as a freshman. Tate with the hard take.
Jayshawn Tate doing a great job of just putting that head down, taking that basketball to the rim. Rutgers defense really porous right there. Too easy.
Jayshawn Tate, when he can get his motor going, one of the best in the country. Sanders missing a point-blank opportunity. Back the other way comes Ohio State, already on a 12-2 run. The rainbow shot a couple of times tonight like that for Jackson.
What's amazing, you see a guy miss a layup on one end, it almost always comes back to get you. C.J. Jackson, like you said, Lisa, showing off the float game right there. Really nice finish for the guard. He's had a nice second half, been able to get some things going, scoring the ball.
Well, Jackson coming off the bench, he's got 11 points. Some offense for Ohio State, but really it is the defense here to start this second half that has been able to shut down this Rutgers team. No points in the last 3.5.
Their defense is locked in, and more of the same problems for Rutgers as they had at Maryland. I thought this is their best defensive possession of the game. Really not allowing Rutgers to run any type of offense. They push them out beyond the three-point line. It's been like that the whole second half. You see great help side defense, and Keita Bates-Diop using his length, not allowing Deshaun Freeman to even get a clean look at the basket. So if you're Rutgers, kind of got to regroup here, but you just look at the personnel outside of Corey Sanders. Not many guys that can get you a bucket in the backcourt for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, Ohio State had kind of neglected some D in the last 2 losses. Gave up 79 to Penn State, 74 to Michigan. Before those last 2 losses, they went 4 straight, holding opponents to under 70 points.
And part of that is look who they're playing. I mean, Penn State has an incredibly talented roster. You look at Tony Carr, Mike Watkins, Lamar Stevens, guys that can really score the ball. And then Michigan, obviously, they one of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference. Lots of players on that roster that can hurt you. Look at Jayshawn Tate.
Bates-Diop just doesn't look sure about some of the decisions. Here's Tate out to Bates-Diop, who will take the triple try, in and out. And Wesson battling for it. Andre Wesson gets fouled by Bullock. Part of the mid-February funk is the last couple of games. Opponents, as you mentioned, some pretty good opponents who can put up some points, and they did against Ohio State.
You go on the road in this conference, it's going to be difficult. You go into to the Bryce Jordan Center against a hungry Penn State team, a team that's fighting for their life NCAA tournament-wise. A team in Michigan that's not only your rival, but also trying to better their NCAA tournament seed. We see C.J. Jackson get to that right-hand floater again. Rutgers just has no answer for Ohio State's offense at this point in the game.
Sanders again coming up empty-handed. Bates Diop was calling for it on the block. Here's a paint touch. We haven't seen many, but he makes good on that opportunity.
He gets the ball in that space and is allowed to operate. He's such a tough cover. Uses his size, uses his length.
Couple of 10-0 runs and an 18-2 run for Ohio State. Under 12 to play, Ohio State looking to run away with this.
Keita Bates-Diop, not his best game as a Buckeye, but right here, gets to that rim. Nice little spin cycle. Right now, all Buckeyes.
Well, Kai Bates-Diop, Keita's brother, in attendance to watch a special night for his older brother. Of course, the story with Kai, he suffered a cardiac arrest during basketball practice, a high school basketball practice last year. He had to be revived by high school athletic trainers. Luckily, they were there. They knew CPR. Maddie Beal was one of them. Emily Marks was the other. They knew CPR, and they used an automated external defibrillator that they had on site, and it literally saved his life. Now, Kai is unable to play basketball ever again, but Keita has said he's not only playing for himself, but he's playing for his little brother this year as well. Kai, Richard, and Wilma Bates also in attendance to be part of the family, or Keita Bates-Diop walking out as one of the four being honored on senior day in what they call graduate night as well. Keita Bates-Diop, technically a redshirt junior, but he graduated in December. And technically, he has not said that this will be his final year in Columbus. Jackson with the pump fake into the corner for Jallo. We have seen Musa Jallo hit not one, but two or three in a very important game against Purdue lately.
What a big moment as a freshman. Struggled shooting the basketball. You come into that type of environment, that type of game. And honestly, the most impressive part to me, Lisa, was the fact that he stepped in and took those shots as confident as if he'd been doing it the whole season.
19 points over 3 games before the Michigan game. Before that, he had been scoreless in 9 straight. And 9 to shoot. Sa will take it and drill it.
Dito Sa showing off the range there. Seen him make shots out to 15 feet, but stepped into that thing confident just inside the arc. A lot of youth on this Rutgers team. You're really trying to build something here. You've built your culture defensively. You've really done a good job. They really guard. You have to get some guys that can score the basketball, have some of that skill set.
Jackson pump fake in for 2.
Well, C.J. Jackson's second half continues to go as well as about he could want. He's now 6 of 7. Really had a nice second half.
And he's leading all scorers. Rutgers, in the last time down, that bucket was the first bucket in about a 6-minute scoring drought, Robbie Holmes.
Yeah, if that first time doesn't succeed, why not try again? This little off-balance reverse layup there. Put some English on that basketball. Nice ball fake. It's been great for the Buckeyes in the second half.
That was a BTN standout presented by Discard. So who would have guessed Jackson would be your leading scorer for Ohio State with 15, followed by Williams with 11 and Wesson with 10. And with about just under 10 minutes to play in this game, Tate and Bates-Diop still in single digits.
I'm not sure that we'll see those guys again. If this second unit can kind of keep this lead where it's at. You look at Keita Bates-Diop's minutes. he really has logged a ton, and he's had to do so much for this team. Just think maybe Chris Holtmann finds these last 10 to get him some rest.
Here's my guess. So they keep this lead up, he's going to put him in so then he can take him out.
Good call. Good call. Forgot about the senior night aspect of it, but all right, put him in for one possession, let him take his last shot, bring him out. I'm for that.
The final week of the regular season here on the men's side. Ohio State a 22-7 overall record, sitting at 13-3. With eyes again on that Illinois-Michigan State game also taking place. Michigan State now has stretched it out to about a 12-point advantage. All kinds of scenarios still in play in these final two games as Chom gets the two.
Really a nice physical play there by Issa Chom. Gets the steal. Really uses the contact with Musa Jallow. Just kind of ride him down the court. Grinds it out. Gets to the rim. Strong take.
So Ohio State still mathematically in play to win a championship. They got to win their game here tonight against Rutgers, in the final game against Indiana as Caleb Wesson gets the two.
Hey, Chris Holtmann just kind of shook his head because that pass probably not Andrew Dockett's best, but it's been that kind of night. Kind of bounces to Caleb Wesson, who gets a wide open layup.
There's the finish from Saab. Isn't that one of the values, though, of an Andrew Dockett this year? He's kept everyone kind of loose, also brought some veteran leadership here to this team. They weren't quite sure how many minutes they'd get out of him, a graduate transfer out of Michigan. Wesson again goes back-to-back.
I think in Andrew Dockett, you knew he was going to bring experience. He's been on teams in the Big Ten that have won. He's been through it. He understands what it takes to win at this level. So bringing him in is a no-brainer. Now, I think if you ask Chris Holtmann, do you think he'd perform at the level that he has? I'm not sure if he'd tell you yes, but he really has done a great job of staying with it, being a good player for this Ohio State team.
Williams is going to get whistled for the foul. I think if you ask Chris Holtmann how many minutes would Andrew Dockett play, he wasn't expecting on 18 minutes per game, but it's all worked out. Basketball on BTN is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. And brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Safe, sound, secure for over 100 years. Visit AutoOwners.com and by Duluth Trading. Tough, ingenious workwear designed and tested by tradesmen. Here in Columbus, Ohio State up 58-37. Jallow at the free throw line. And C.J. Jackson, part of our playing with confidence. 13 points, only missed one shot in the second half.
Ohio State in the second half has really gotten it done in the paint. Look at 11 of 12 field goals that they've made have come from the painted area. That's good for 22 points. Really dominated the interior of this half.
Part of a Rocket Mortgage playing with confidence. Jackson leading all scorers with the 15. Freeman turned right into the double team. They got Andre Wesson for the foul. That's the first on Wesson. Deshaun Freeman continues to be an interesting story for Rutgers. No points here in the second half. 7 total here for the game, but so important, he's a 5th-year senior. Obviously, he's got some talent. One of the captains here on this team. He's been challenged, though, by this coaching staff. I mentioned that they suspended him for the Northwestern game.
But honestly, he's come back and gave good minutes at Maryland. 7 points, 10 rebounds. Sometimes I think just kind of takes some shots that isn't in the best interest of Rutgers' offense. And it's hard, though. You go through some lulls where you can't score, can't get a good shot. We see Andre Wesson knock down the corner 3. It can be tough. You're trying to make something happen. You're trying to help your team win. He's learned a hard lesson, though.
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out, too, where does he fit in offensively and defensively here, too. Freeman with the take.
And sometimes you see seniors on these teams where the season is kind of gone in a way that's gone south. And coaches can start thinking, let's start working towards the future. It can be hard as a senior because your time is limited. So credit him for staying with it. Really been a team guy.
Joins the senior class with Mike Williams, one of the other captains. There's Tate for three. Might see some of this point total rise up a little bit for some of these seniors.
It's time to get them up. This is your last time here in Value City Arena. I know as a player you're thinking, gotta get my numbers up here. Senior night.
Well, Tate's flirting with a double-double. 9 points, 9 rebounds. Freeman again. And a rebound for Bates Diop. Well, Tate thought about it. Tayshaun Tate, one of the great motor players in the conference. Bates Diop spun right into the double team, and there's a jump ball. Turnover, Ohio State.
Rutgers, like we said, really all night. 2 and 3 sets of eyes on him, and Mamadou Ducour just waiting on the spin move there from Keita Bates Diop. They've made it tough. They've loaded up on him. When he's gotten the ball on those wings, they have done a good job of being to the middle of the floor, showing 2, 3, and 4 guys at a time, not allowing him to see any open space to the rim.
Keita Bates Diop, 17 points in the last game against Michigan, but he had to put up a bunch of shots. 5 of 17 shooting in that game. Tonight, he's 3 of 10 for 6 points. Ducour for 2. That was a deep 2.
He's a guy that we've seen throughout the season show off his range as well. He can knock down the 15-footer. I think Steve Peichel thinks very highly of Mamadou Ducour. He's had some foul issues. Just a freshman, still very young. Lots to like about a lot of these freshmen. Eugene Amaruyi, Mamadou Ducour, Gio Baker. Certainly the foundations have been laid.
This is a Rutgers team that's scrappy, that is pesky. They mentioned how they have played competitively against some top 25 competition. Haven't been able to finish it off. Tonight they have a 13-16 record. There was a point this year where the senior class, including a Deshaun Freeman and a Mike Williams, we're talking about trying to get a winning record. It's something that they haven't experienced yet in their careers. There's that mid-range jumper from Keita Bates Diop. Tipped away, Ohio State gets it right back.
Andre Weston's been giving them good minutes. He was really good at Michigan. At 8 points, made every shot he took, 3 of 3.
And it's Jackson rattling it around and home.
C.J. Jackson continues to light the nets on fire here. You notice with Keita Bates Diop, just everything's short. He looks a little fatigued, those legs a little tired. Has not been able to get in the rhythm tonight.
And you have to wonder if the season kind of has taken a toll on him. Mentioned he's having a potential player of the year kind of season. He's been added to the Naismith late season watch list, the Wooden mid-season watch list. But this second half of Big Ten play, opponents are trying to figure out how to defend Keita Bates Diop.
They've done a good job of being physical with him, not letting him operate with space, kind of taking away the things he likes to do. Obviously, the other coaches in the Big Ten, they're getting paid too. So they're scouting him and figuring some things out. And it's like we see with Purdue. I think Chris Holtman and Ohio State kind of laid that foundation a little bit where, hey, we're going to let Isaac Haas play one-on-one straight up. They did a good job with that at Purdue, and really, you've seen teams from that game on, they've stayed with it.
Has Keita Bates Diop, in your mind, already done enough to get player of the year? Williams for 3. No, that was a 2. They call it a 2.
To me, yes. Because I look at what this Ohio State team has done. And I think you're picked 11 to start the league. You've surprised everybody. You're in second place. You've had a great season. He's been a huge part of that. And to me, 2 or 3 games at the end of the year does not change that.
Keita Bates Diop could be his final time here playing at Value City Arena. The redshirt junior and the Buckeyes up big against Rutgers. Thank you. We'll take a look at the Big Ten basketball tournament. If the season were to end today, this tournament presented by SoFi, you would have Ohio State as the 2 seed. Interesting to watch who they could potentially play for a 3rd time if Penn State could advance against Wisconsin.
Yeah, kind of 2 theories to this. It is hard to beat a team 3 times, but at the same time, you want to see somebody who's already beat you twice. So a little bit of revenge here for the Buckeyes, maybe on their mind. Going to get a chance at Tony Carr and Penn State again.
Of course, all hypothetical. The only thing that had been decided on that graphic is Maryland has locked in the 8th seed. And everything else yet still to be decided here in the final week of the regular season. Tate to Bates-Diop. And an offensive foul call. Tate thought he had himself a highlight.
Jayshawn Tate playing some pick and roll there. Finding Tate to Bates-Diop. One of those deals where all coaches at the college level are going to tell you, Jayshawn, that's where you got to jump stop. Got to make the fundamental play.
Here's your senior day ovation. Andrew Dockich out first. His mom and dad here, Dan Dockich, Jackie White, they said his nickname growing up was Buck. So maybe it makes sense that he ends up being a Buckeye here to close out his career.
It's meant to be.
That's the third here on Andre Wesson. Dockich getting the start. Chris Holtman has said that has been a tradition that he has started since his first year as a head coach. We've got another substitution here coming up. Tate Bates-Diop, Jayshawn Tate. Cam Williams still in this game. Listen to this one. MVP chance. Few things can top that kind of last ovation that you get on your home court.
No question. I mean, as a player, you always kind of dream of being able to walk off on senior night, winning your last game in your home arena. Tate Bates-Diop was to do that. Like you said, Lisa, what better way than getting the Kobe Bryant-like ovations of MVP in your own stadium?
All four of these players honored with their families before the game. They will address the crowd afterwards as Musa Jallow gets set to check in. Tate Bates-Diop family. Richard Miller Bates and his brother Kai. It is Cam Williams' turn now. Williams had some threes in him here on senior night. The last 2 minutes to play here in Columbus. An Ohio State team that has overachieved in terms of expectations this preseason, and Chris Holtman will be the first to point towards these four players, your seniors and your graduates being honored today.
Obviously, those four guys have done a really good job, but the thing that stands out to me about this team is that they look like they really enjoy playing with one another. And that's a special deal, because not all college teams are like that. There's a lot of situations where a lot of guys don't like each other. So to see them kind of play together in the way that they've improved has really been very cool from a fan's perspective looking in.
Last one to go. And the only four-year player, a four-year senior, I should say, Jayshawn Tate, makes his exit. Holtman was hired on June of 2017, and in his first meeting, he made a point of pulling aside and telling those four players, this is not a throwaway year because I'm a new coach. This year means as much to me to have a good year for you guys.
And he clearly set the tone on day one, and he's built a program here. He's got really a nice freshman class here. See Kyle Young, Musa Jallo, guys that are going to be contributors for Ohio State going forward.
It's go time.
Yes, it is. Joey Lane.
Joey Lang's going to get his shots up and his points down. Give Lang a little rebound, too. Another three from the corner. That time it's leaving. It's walk-on city. Danica for three. Final home game here for Ohio State at Value City Arena for four special players to this program. Ends in a victory. 79-52, tonight's Duluth trading hardest working player, Jayshawn Tate. Nearly another double-double, 9 points and 10 rebounds here tonight. Four seniors, Keita Bates-Diop, redshirt junior, wanted to be honored as a graduate here tonight. Ohio State now improving here to 14-3 overall. Ohio State Senior Day. You want to watch it on BTN to go. You can watch all four of these players here address the crowd. They were honored in the pregame with their friends and their family. They are going to get their chance to grab the mic and address this Buckeye crowd for one final time. Well, Rutgers had closed the first half on a 16-2 run, and Ohio State dominated the second. We'll toss it over here to Robbie, who's with Jayshawn Tate.
You know, I couldn't ask for anything more for my senior year. You know, this group of guys, this new coaching staff, I mean, they're great. And just to have been blessed and been able to be coached by two great head coaches, you know, Coach Mata is the reason I came here, and, you know, get to play under Coach Hope. I mean, it's a blessing. It's a dream.
Could you kind of talk about maybe just the team chemistry you guys have? When you watch your team play, it looks like you guys really enjoy playing together. I know that's a special feeling.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of Coach Holtman from the start. That's what he wanted. You know, he made sure that, you know, with all the new guys coming in. That's my senior. This is my senior. I mean, you see that. I mean, you don't win without that. I mean, we were picked to be one of the last teams in the Big Ten this year, and, you know, be in top tier. It's all because of that. You know, we really love each other, and, you know, I'm going to be emotional now. I'm not going to cry now, but, you know, later on it's going to be something.
Jayshawn, congratulations. Great game tonight. Back to you, Lisa.
All right, Robbie, thank you. You can tell that this team, this Ohio State team, really likes each other, and chemistry has been part of the key to their success here this year. Again, Ohio State improving to 23-7 and 14-3 overall. Still trying to chase here the championship on Senior Day, honoring the 4 seniors to 79-52 is the final. We have basketball coming up, Indiana and Nebraska. For Robbie Hummel, our entire crew, I'm Lisa Byington. For now, we will send it to Chicago. David Shawn will take it away. Happy bunch of Buckeyes here in Columbus.
Real quick here, I want to say just a couple things about each guy here before we. He's got the ability to talk in his family, so we know he may be a little bit. Hey, listen, we are so grateful that all of you are sticking around to listen to these 4 special guys, and we appreciate you. We appreciate your support the entire year. I'm sure you're going to hear that echoed by these 4 guys. But I'm going to take a minute with each guy and just I wrote some notes because, you know, they're important to us. And, you know, I think when I think about Andrew, it's been well documented how he got here and how crazy this experience was for him to be here in late summer and to be available. And it's been a real jolt of energy for our program. And I'm incredibly proud of him. You know, in film sessions, we laugh sometimes at Andrew's one-handed transition finishes that sometimes are successful and sometimes not so successful. But he's a guy right now that has played 20-plus minutes, averaged 20-plus minutes on a team that's guaranteed to finish in the top 3 in the Big Ten. He is a daggone good player. We would not be in this position without Andrew Dockich. Andrew, take it away.
Well, first off, I just want to, thank you guys. You know, this year has been incredible. You know, when I knew this team had something special, it came against my alma mater, down 20. You know, we didn't quit. We were in this position. We go on a little 7-0 run, cut to 13, and then, you know, the second half was ours. And at that moment, you know, we go 2-0 in the Big Ten. We get things rolling a little bit, and man, it's been a hell of a journey. I mean, staying 14-3, you know, talking to you guys, like just getting to know the Nut House and everything like that, man. You guys are awesome. And were the people that camped out last night, are they here still? Man, that's awesome. That sparks us. That gets us going. So I can't thank you guys enough. I'll try to be short here, but I got to thank some people. You know, Coach Holtman and his staff. You know, I'm a 6'2", white, slow walk-on, probably the most unathletic. I'm 6'2". I may be the most unathletic player in Division I basketball history, but, you know, for Coach Holtman to believe in me and this coaching staff is just incredible. You know, like if the media sees our first-year head coach come in and they bring a walk-on who didn't play a lick at the team up north and to contribute on a team, you would think he's crazy. Like, I thought he was crazy too, but man, you know, he trusted me, and Coach, I can't appreciate you enough for giving me an opportunity to play here. Before I talk about the last people, I want to talk about this team right here, Team 119. You know, Joey Lane was the first. Joey Lane was the first one to reach out to me, and we're kind of like arch nemesis. We got this walk-on thing going, so he probably hates me from coming from the team up north. But man, just getting to know that kid, you know, showing me around campus, and just introducing me to all the guys, it was just incredible. And I got to talk about the leadership from JT, Cam, and Kata. You know, they didn't have to accept me. They knew my stat line was as good as my sister's. Like, I didn't play. I didn't do anything. My sister doesn't play. I don't know what else to say. But for them to accept me, for them to you know, they didn't have to. They could have gone to Coach Holtman and say, look, we could go a different direction with this, and we don't want this kid on our team. We're good with what we got. But for them to, you know, accept me in that locker room, man, it's been a hell of a journey, man. I can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart. And lastly, my parents, you know, they're here tonight. Jackie White, my beautiful mother, Daniel Dockage, Laura Dockage, who's my sister. She's off limits, so don't even think about hitting her up on Instagram. Don't even think about it. I know what y'all were thinking. I got it. But no, you know, and my grandmother and stepmother, Kathy White and Lee Ross, you know, these, I mean, just coming, my mom, you know, she lived in Florida, but she's missed probably like 2 games this year, and it's just been, you know, she flies to every single game, comes, does my laundry. She just did my laundry today. And according to these guys on my team, I'm 35 years old, so for her to take care of my laundry is something special. So, Mom, I appreciate you. I love you so much. I can't thank you enough. So, want me to wrap it up? Yeah, I got you. And I'll wrap it up. I know we got some things to do. My dad's probably the most controversial human being in this arena right now. But my dad, you know, he predicted this. He predicted this kind of stuff, that we'd have this kind of success. And nobody thought so. So, you know, for him, you know, he encourages me every day. He motivates me every single day, and I'm so appreciative of you guys. Thank you guys for accepting me this year, and we're not done yet. Go Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Dockage.
Keita, one of my newest favorite sayings is, it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. From that sunny day in June of 2014, when we brought you to The Ohio State University, you have shown unbelievable courage, amazing strength, and admirable resolve to become the person that we all knew you could be.
Keita, you have been such a role model for not only your friends, but your community and your school, and certainly our family. We've enjoyed watching you over the last 4 years accomplish so much with discipline, a solid work ethic, and are so happy and proud of you for what you've accomplished. Best of luck, son.
2 things that I've always admired about my older brother, Keita, was his passion and hard work. Whatever he was doing, whether it was playing basketball or succeeding in school, he did it with passion, and he's taught me how to have a work ethic and how to stick with that work ethic throughout your life. And I'm just really proud of him as a little brother. Congratulations, Keita.
Good evening, Keita. I love watching you compete, and I love watching you play. Wish you the best of luck tonight, the best of results in the future, and God willing, we keep traveling this journey together.
Keita, you bring my heart joy to see you accomplishing your goals on and off the court. Never quitting, never giving up, even when the highs and lows of life became a challenge. Your future is bright, and your path is charted with stars to guide you and lead you in the right direction. You're a long way from normal, sweetie, and only you know where you will land. I love you, and I am so blessed to be your mom. Go Bucks.
In our minds, and I think everybody's minds in this arena, Big Ten Player of the Year right here. We've got work to do, but he's proven it over and over. Listen, I'll keep this short. Beyond all of the impressive stats that Keita has amassed this year, and they're incredibly impressive. I mean, they're as impressive as can be in college basketball. Beyond all that he's done on the floor, and it's so much. I think that we as a coaching staff have been even more impressed with who he is as a human being, who he is as a student, who he is as a person. He and JT and Cam felt an obligation, almost a responsibility, to make this year a special one because of how much he cares for this place. And it showed, yep. And I'm telling you, as soon as we started talking to him, we got the job, you could see that with him. He wanted this to be a special year. And it's been nothing but a special year, and he's a major, major reason why. Kata, come on and talk to him here. Proud of you.
I came here. All right. Let's slow down. Look, I came here as a skinny little kid from a tiny town in Illinois no one's ever heard of. Shout out Bloomington Normal, but I mean, it starts with, I'm gonna first shout out JT. When we moved in to our dorm, he was the first person that greeted me, talked to me, and from then on, we've had a bond ever since then. It's been my roommate and my brother through this all our ups and downs, all our surgeries, all our wins, all our losses. And JT, I want to thank you for always being there by my side through my ups and my downs. I want to thank Coach Holtman for believing in not just me, but JT, Cam, and everybody else that was here when he came. He had a tough job to come in. Came off of a bad season last year. A bunch of guys had left, and he believed in our small group of guys that we could do something special this year. And we're not done yet, but so far, I mean, you say I'm player of the year, you're the coach of the year, in my opinion. I'm not going to talk as long as Doc is, so I'm going to keep it much shorter, but thank you to Nut House for being here through our ups and downs. My wonderful family, my mom, my dad, Kai, and everybody else that's been here through our ups and downs too. Look, I truly do love this place. This is my home now. I will forever cherish however long I'm here in Columbus. You guys took me in with open arms and accepted me for who I am. All my ups and downs through my inconsistent play, the losses, everything. You guys have always stuck there for me, and I love this place. Go Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kata Bates-Diaz.
Congratulations, Cam.
You made it, cuz.
We love you. Go Buckeyes. Yay.
Cam, this is the old man. Remember when you told me you wanted to play basketball when you were a kid? Well, you did it. Then you said you wanted to play AAU basketball. You did it. Then you said you wanted to play high school basketball at a high level. You did that as well. You even asked to meet LeBron James, remember? You even said you wanted to play big-time basketball for a big-time school and a big-time coach. You wanted to play against other big-time schools, make big-time shots, and throw down big-time dunks. Well, you did it. Oh, congratulations on an awesome career at Ohio State.
Congratulations, Cam, on your senior night. You did it. Love you. Yay.
You know, Cam is, and we knew this right away, our first couple weeks on the job. I think our coaching staff would agree. Cam is one of the hardest working guys that we have coached. He has a tremendous work ethic. Cam, you are an unbelievable worker. And I think back to that Michigan game here. Down 1, late in the game. They're zoning us. You have a wide open look. You do your patented shot fake, 1 dribble pull up. We end up winning the game. We're not in this position without you, Cam. We are not in this position without you. I know he and others will agree that we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but we couldn't be more proud of you, Cam. Take it away here, my man.
What's up, everybody? Man, it's a lot of people in here. First off, I just want to say none of this is possible without, the man upstairs, God. I talk to him. Yeah, I talk to him, every single day. I have to, coming from, Baltimore, Maryland. You saw me, skinny kid, no teeth, then seeing the worst of everything. But my parents, my mom, Lori Green, and my dad, Kevin Williams, they got me through everything growing up. Without them, I'm not in this position that I'm here right now. To the coaching staff, to Coach Holtman, when he came here, we were a little wary about, how we were gonna, spend our last year. We wanted to go out with a bang, but we didn't really think it was possible. But, as we spent more and more time, together, with Coach Holtman, Coach Pito, Shragi, Coach T, and everybody else, as games went on, we started believing, in, the system and each other. And I just want to say thank you, every game, we've been through a lot, wins and losses, you guys still come out and support us, through the thick and thin, and I just want to say thank you to Buckeye Nation, thank you to the Nut House. Yes, sir. I want to thank Gene, the best athletic director, in the nation, for all his support. He does an unbelievable job. And, once again, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's in here. Once again, thank you to my parents. Once again, thank you to the coaching staff. And OH. Yes, sir, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cam Williams.
Jay Sean, you are approaching the final chapter of your college basketball career. You've overcome many obstacles, used your losses as motivation. You've been an inspiration to your brother, your sisters, and myself. I just want to salute you on your final game at The Ohio State University in the Schottenstein Center. I am so proud of you, and I love you.
Hey, Jay Sean, it is me, Paw, your grandfather. I am so thrilled to have the opportunity to say a couple words. I am so proud of you because when you went to Ohio State, you did it your way with style, the way that I wanted you to do it. And also, you graduated in 3.5 years, Jay Sean. Education is the key, like I always told you. And that's going to take you farther than anything else. Continue to do it your way, boss player, because you are the boss. And you be taking care of much business.
Hi, Jay Sean. This is your proud grandma, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to congratulate you on Senior Day. Jay Sean, you are an inspiration to your family and friends, and we only wish the very best future for you ever. Stay positive and keep smiling, and the sky is the limit. Love you.
Jay Sean, your accomplishments come as no surprise to me. I knew you were something special the first time I held you in my arms back in 1995. You epitomize every grandparent and parent's dream. Your integrity, your intellect, your compassion, your humbleness are just a few of your admirable qualities. I am so blessed and so proud to be your grandmother and so excited as you begin to write the next chapter of your story. I love you.
Congrats, Boo. You finally made it. I'm so incredibly proud of you and everything you've accomplished. You worked so hard to get to this point and you deserve every bit of it. I hope you know that your spirit is contagious and you shouldn't ever change for anyone. Can't wait to see what you do in the future. Me and Chubbs are so proud of you and we love you so much.
How much are we going to miss this guy, huh? Absolute warrior. He is an absolute warrior. You know, I think when we think about JT as a coaching staff, this place, and you can tell it, and we could tell it right away, this university, this place, the people here, you all mean so much to him. And I can't tell you what a luxury it is as a new coach when you can be led by a guy and you can talk to him and you can say, hey, JT, that's not what winning teams do, right? And he communicates it along with these other guys, but he communicates it to everybody else. What an incredible luxury it is. I'll never forget, and I've said this a couple times on the radio, Keita has 35 against Illinois. What a night. Incredible night. The camera is following the line here as teams are shaking hands. The guy with the biggest smile giving him a bear hug is Jayshawn Tate. That's a guy who knows how to lead right there. JT, I think it's clear you love this place, and this place loves you back, my man. Take it away.
I ain't gonna cry. All right, they putting it on me, man. But I'm gonna be strong up here. First, I wanna thank my family, man, my supporting cast. Y'all, without y'all, I would not be here. They said it took a village, and it really did. So, I thank y'all for that. I thank my dad for, just teaching me the game, teaching me what he knows, and just being there for me along the way. I'm gonna go over here to Keita. Like you said, when we came in, I mean, we were just, two young boys, us and D. Russ and Dave Bell, and we're still tight with those guys, but, me and you always been the closest. I mean, you was my next door roommate. You've been with me every step of the way. I mean, we've been through so much adversity together, and I don't think I'd be here and we wouldn't be here together if it wasn't for you, man. Like, I love you, like, for real. Coming to Ohio State, it was just a blessing. Like, I remember, I was just happy to get, one offer from a low major D2 school, and I'm like, hey, man, I made it. So, I gotta give credit, for Coach Mata, for bringing me here, man. Like, and that coaching staff, like, they still hit me up today, just keeping track of us and making sure everything is okay, giving me nuggets to feed off of. And, Coach Holt, it's a lot to say about you, man. Like I already told you guys in the media, like, I think the guy's psychic. Like, he knows everything about everything. He knows what I'm going through. He knows when to pull me in his office. He knew from the start when to take me under his wing. And, I thank you so much for trusting me to lead this team and trusting in this team to, believe that we could have an impact this year and not using this year as a wash, man. Like that just speaks volume, man. And to the coaching staff, man, like, man, I love all you guys, man. I ain't gonna cry. But, I mean, we're family. Like, you guys hit me up. Almost every day I get a text from one of y'all. And just having that supporting cast that y'all care about me and y'all think about me, man, it's great. I ain't gonna cry, man. You good, bro? You good, bro? Hey, and to Team 119, man, thank y'all for letting me be y'all leader, man. Listening, you know, just taking me in, believing in what I'm saying, and trying to get across, man. Like without y'all, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And lastly, Nut House, Buckeye Nation. Thank y'all. It's been a lot of ups and downs this last 4 years, but you know, I'm just so blessed to play with this across my chest, man. And I want y'all to know every night I took this court, I gave it my all for y'all. And go Bucks. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay-Sean Tate. And how about a big round of applause for your Ohio State Buckeyes? The Department of Athletics and Buckeyes